right, so here we are with Jeskai Lukka, tonight's Tryhard Tuesday pick. This is, without a doubt, the best deck in Standard right now. Now, whether it can be attacked or exploited, we're trying to figure that out, right? Because when this deck came on the scene, there was a ton of fires out there. Fires Karuga, Jeskai Fires, Gruul Fires, everyone was starting to play Fires of Invention. And the whole trick of playing a Lukka, sacrificing or exiling, a token, getting an agent, picking up the fires, playing the Yorion, blinking everything out, getting another spell or land was devastating, right? You're just devastated. And as this format's evolved, the fires decks just can't compete with that, so they're gone. And so the format's evolving in a way that while this deck is extremely powerful, the targets are getting worse and worse. And so eventually you would think that this deck would lose a lot of its muster, but it is a very powerful shell with Narsets and Teferis and the Yorions, the Elspeth Conquers deck, Shark Typhoons, and the Lukka agent is still a terrifying combo in a lot of situations, because if you ever have that Fires of Invention in play, you can still 2 permanents in a single turn thanks to the Yorion. I know. I'm just speaking the obvious truth here. But so there are decks that are trying to compete with this, right? There are, we saw this past weekend, the mono red Obosh strategies, Team Reclamation playing a lot more counterspells, Paulo's version of Bant that played a bunch of extra counterspells than usual. And these things will attack this deck, and they will lower its win percentage, but is it enough to justify not playing the most powerful, and as LSV said on social media, broken strategy? So what we have here is, let's talk actual specifics in this deck. Now, this is Gabriel Nassif's second place finishing deck list with a few tweaks that LSV suggested on social media. Instead of the Omen of the Forge, there's a Glass Casket main, and then in the sideboard, there's another Glass Casket along with a second The Wanderer, as instead of playing the 4-mana Wrath, I forgot the red-white one, and a 4th Aether Gust. But honestly, I don't even know if I like losing that Gust. I don't want to play 4 against Bant anyway, so I think 3 is enough, and this is still a removal spell. But let's talk about what this list is doing and why it's so good. It's added actual spells to interact with these aggressive strategies. We've got Aether Gust, which has been going down in numbers. We've got Deafening Clarion, which is very good against these decks. The Wanderer, which is a great way to prey on the red-white cycling decks. Not only does it hit the Fox after it's cycled and become a bigger creature, but also it's going to stop these, whatever the 4-mana deal X equal to cycling in your graveyard card is. Somebody in chat will say it, and then it'll be on the screen. But these are great proactive ways. Instead of having to hold up Zenith Flare, there we go, chat. The Wanderer is a great proactive way to beat a Zenith Flare, especially if you have fires in your deck and you don't want to hold up a Dovin's Veto. That becomes challenging in a deck that plays Fires of Invention. So this is a proactive, permanent-based way to deal with a card like Zenith Flare. And then the 1 Dream Trawler, and I like 1. I've seen a lot of 2 of it, and I kind of like 1. I've had extra Lukka activations or Lukkas in hand, but if you get that Dream Trawler down against an aggressive deck, that should be game over. You should be able to blink your Omen, stay alive, use your Yorion, maybe a Shark Typhoon. It's enough. If you're attacking with a Dream Trawler, it's usually enough to win the game because of how defensive this deck can be with Castle Ardenvale, Omen of the Suns, Teferis, Shark Typhoons. It's able to get defensive, and you might not win a long board fight against your opponent's board position, but you might win it, one that'll be just long enough for a Dream Trawler, just the single one to win the game. And there are arguments to not doing that because you might get overwhelmed by an Embercleave or something, but honestly, against Embercleave decks, I don't even want the Dream Trawler. I just want the agents. Give me the big threats anyway, and that's a matchup where you'd want more Aether Gusts, and so that's the place I would look to change my deck if I was trying to change it for matchups like that. But yeah, so the key thing here is, while this deck is getting worse because its agent targets are lowering and there's more counterspells in the format, it already has built-in power and protection against those things. You have Teferi that you can get down and steal some games. You have Shark Typhoons that can steal some games. You have the Elspeth Conquers Death that'll beat a lot of the mid-range decks, and while Elspeth Conquers Death is getting weaker, it still is a good mirror card. The one thing, and I think the biggest issue that people have with this deck, is the mirror matches. Game one is kind of a joke. Whoever does their more disgusting thing wins the game, and that's usually whoever's the first person to Lukka with an agent. Especially if the opponent ever played a fires. The game is just over at that point. And after sideboard, the games I've actually found very interesting. So I hope tonight during our stream we actually run into a few mirror matches, because they're quite intricate, and sometimes they kind of suck. But I've actually had a lot of very unique decisions to have after sideboard, especially since a lot more people are going to these counter-based sideboards. So it's about making your land drops and positioning and figuring out when to try to get a counter out of their hand but not get punished. And so I've enjoyed that, but that's enough for a deck tech. Let's actually get to playing. Let's resign from this. I don't want to play in this. All right, we'll keep that. I will probably have to get a BBD pillow like that. All right, Dylan R. Let's do this. All right, well, looks like we're up against Reclamation. Could be Elementals, but they shocked. I mean, it still could be Rec. No, the Elementals deck is 80 cards, so yeah. Feels like Team Rec. Hopefully they don't have thing into Counterspell. Nice. No Reclamation. I think I'm going to lead with the Narset, because the Teferi can cause much bigger problems later in the game. Do we think they have Wolf in their main deck? I don't think so. Okay. All right, no land. Does seem the way that they waited. I want to put them on the 3-mana counterspell. So if 3-mana counterspell is what they have, are we supposed to just... I feel like we're supposed to try to get their counterspells out of their hand. We could dance, but we don't have any reaction. Like holding up an Omen seems bad. I think slamming Lukka seems bad. Probably just play another Narset. Where are they at? 4 cards, so if they play another, they need one more to get this into play. Okay, so I guess they're bluffing. They must have a bunch of expansions or something. I don't know. Ah. Well, that sucked. Shit. Oh no. Okay, so they still had it. Now they're going to get to Uro. Yeah, we might have made a mistake that last turn by trying to play conservative and just should have jammed Lukka, maybe. I don't know. Drawing the second one makes it different. Do they have Brazen in their hand? Oh, what? I didn't think they would have that. I thought they would have, I thought they would have used their mana and not held it up. That's bad. All right, so this is the first time I played this matchup, so I'm guessing we do that. What on our top end? Just take out all our fires and keep all the omens? Is that right? That doesn't seem right. What about that? Are we really supposed to take all our fires out? That's how Nassif did it? Okay, I'll trust Nassif. Did something like this. Okay. He took out 3, so he kept 1. My gut tells me to keep 1. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut an Omen or an ECD, but my gut tells me to keep 1 or 2. The deck should be... Oh, I don't have Cardboard Light up, so it's not updating. Sorry, I have it up now. It'll be updated for our second match. I do not think we want Wander in a matchup that's a counter war. Because it's... I'll try it. I do think that it always feels weird to have 4 ECDs for this matchup, but it does hit. Yeah, I do think that I wanted to -1 for our fires at the very least. The Wanderer is preventative. The reason that you don't want Wanderer in a matchup like this is because it hits the board if they let it resolve and it just sits there. And it can be killed by a shark. It can be ignored. And then that gives them a window to cast something powerful. That's just not the kind of magic you're wanting to play against a deck like this. You're giving them a window. Like, right now, I'm giving them a window. And maybe that's bad of me. Do they have black in their mana? What the? Or they just wanted more cycling lands? Hey, what's up, VTCLA? I mean, I could have missed the triomes, but I mean, I could have, but I'm assuming they just wanted extra cycling, and that's the blue-green one. So this won't draw a card, which is pretty decent. They just paid 3 mana for a 1/1 flyer. We'll do the same. I want to protect my Narset. It means their Uros, their Chemist's Insights, they're all just going to fail. And because we have a Dovin's Veto, I think it's more important that they don't resolve a Wilderness Reclamation, since we also don't have extra land drops. That's exactly what we're looking for, just more mana. Now this is I think the worst turn, right? Because we can't play a 5 and then hold up Veto on their turn. And so if they have another Shark, then they're going to get initiative. But there's not a whole lot we can do. I guess I could have attacked first. I should have done that. I shouldn't have played my land, because I could have attacked, and then if they made something, I could cast something. I missed damage this turn. I'm happy that was their turn. Just because we're trying hard doesn't mean we're not going to make mistakes. Here, we can pop one of these if we want to. I don't think it's... If we Yori on this, it's not going to be that big of an outcome, but... Now I feel comfortable doing this. I also feel comfortable just saying go for one more turn, since we drew a spell that we can play.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Oh, I do have a... Well, oh yeah, I do have a castle. But I wanted to hold up mana. So that's what they are wanting to do. They're wanting to get an Uro down. Yeah, I think we let it happen. I don't like progressing our board here because we're just in a spot where they might still just be able to like expansion and draw out, but not really. But I still, maybe I was supposed to. I don't know. This is interesting because we have such a good hand, and I don't know what we're gonna get punished by with this shit. Fuck. Are you serious? Are you Jesus, really? What the hell? Lulspeth? Lulspeth, I love it. And coming to the stage in the lower bracket is Lulspeth. Do you think if Lulspeth crushes it, that they'll be asked to change their name? Like, Lulspeth wins the Mythic Invitational Qualifier, goes to the Players Tour, crushes that, gets to the, or no, Mythic Invitational Qualifier goes to the Arena Tournament. I'm always in the lower bracket. I don't even know if there's a different place for me, truth be told. Dude, if I got to play in the finals of a Mythic Invitational where they have to beat me twice, holy shit, they'd be in trouble. Fire! We already have the Lukka, so let's just take an ECD. Just in case. Have you ever beat LSV? Oh, yeah. I beat him twice in the same day. It was a single day, and it was twice.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Hone your prowess.
I guess that's our turn. Wow.
I've got it.
Are we in a mirror or are we against a control deck? I'm assuming we're in a mirror. Is there a blue-white control deck that plays Yorion? Nope, we're in a mirror. We should have played our other red. We could get got hard here. Oh my god, I didn't play anything and they have Teferian play and I'm just talking to you in chat.
Don't worry, I got this.
I have to put...
Overwhelming.
I have to completely just start ignoring chat when I'm trying to actually play competitive. Holy shit, what the shit did I just do? I mean, this game is just thrown away. There's like no way to come back from it. We're just so in trouble though. Like, he just like gave away a whole turn.
I still have much to learn.
Let's try this.
So they don't have a Lukka? Do they have counter magic? What are they? What is their game go? What are they doing? I'm gonna go for an untapped land. I think this is the version that doesn't play fires and just plays a bunch of counters, or they just have a very bad hand.
Only time will tell.
I mean, they definitely have another shark, but we don't really care about that. Oh, they don't. Was that two bot? What was that scry? I missed the scry. To be? Okay, cool.
Monsters are Ikoria's greatest weapons, and I have their bond.
Alright, so our turn can be real fucked up. What are they even going to take here?
Surround me.
They're taking a land. Yeah, sure. So the sad thing is we have to do the whole fire shtick here, but
You will not see things your way. Evolution provides a tactical advantage.
now we just have to take their agent.
Surround me.
So now they have to find more agents to flicker them. And we are threatening a Yorion that is going to do some fucked up shit. And we can just get back a Lukka too. We don't have tokens for it. But I don't think we want an Narset because we might draw too many cards. They might have to Wrath here too. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so we cast Agent for free. Do we just take 5 lands this turn? Oh no, we can take 4 lands. We can't flicker one of them. Oh yeah. Yep. You are totally right. Okay, so we are going to attack with all. Then we're going to cast Yorion. Flicker. I'm not even gonna flicker all the omens. Like, I think we're gonna have enough value. And then we're going to play this agent. We might lose to Wrath here, though. Right? They'll just get to Wrath all of our agents. Yeah, I definitely should have omened. Well, the problem with Wrath is that the Wrath will eat all of our agents, and we're out of agents.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I mean, I am. I'm not out of this game. I am out of agents, though, and now they get to bounce their ECD back. I don't think I should have played that last agent. I should have saved it. That's I just screwed up real bad. I don't even know if I should be playing this because I just want a big shark. I don't think we're going to get that shark this turn, so I think I'm just going to force them to ECD, force them to use, like, bad mana. Yeah, maybe that's not worth it. It's just a Teferi. We should be able to find a shark here. Nope.
I'll protect you.
At least I get to ECD that, right? Yeah, I get to ECD the Yorion.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Well, I get to mess their board up this turn.
Past, present, and future are bound by what I have just the trick for this.
I should have done this earlier.
I know my responsibility.
All right, so that's irrelevant. All right, so ECD for free. Take this out. Alrighty, okay. Everyone hates it. They just hate it. They just... I felt like I was losing. And they just hate it so much that they're just out. They just leave. Are you kidding me? That wasn't even a tilt concede. That was just a boredom concession. That's just, I don't want to do this anymore. That's insane. How bad can a mirror match be where the person, where I'm losing, where I think I'm losing potentially? Not really, but it was like tough. All right, well, that has made me decide that I need a break from standard because I am fucking tilted. Holy shit, I'm tilted. I'm gonna play some what's it called? Some historic tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's gonna be my first historic stream in a while. That's right. People don't like to people like to do things with their cards. They want to build things, they want to see them happen. And Magic has been kind of being built towards that. You know, your cards generate card advantage when they come into play, so even if they die, like, you remember back in the day, they would make a really good enchant creature, but it would just get 2-for-1 because Doomblade was in the format, and you, at common, and you're like, I gotta, you know, it's sealed, so I have to play my really good enchant creature, enchant my creature, and you're like, Doombladed, untap, divination, draw, go, essence scatter that. And, you know, but now we've seen Boon Satyrs that don't just die with the creature, and then we've seen evolve or mutate. Mutate gives you a card advantage immediately, right? So you play it, you're going to get those triggers. If they kill it first, it comes into play. If they don't, they kill it after, you get all the triggers. You gain your card advantage. And so the philosophy is do stuff more than not do stuff, but I think we've hit kind of the peak do stuff, right? Like we're all spinning our wheels constantly. Like the literal best way to stop someone, you either go over the top with a card like Reclamation and just boom them in the head, you know, boop, or you're stealing each other's land so we can't play Magic, but that's one of the best decks is to steal the opponent's lands. And we're just like we're trying to cheese each other out, and we're not really interacting. We are, because like mystical dispute somehow exists. What would this format look like if dispute didn't exist? Jesus, it'd be so absurd. And so I think when cards are that good and proactive and snowball, I think snowball magic will in fact solve it faster. And I hope that snowball magic slows down. But I'm a big believer. And if this is going to be considered a serious esport and we want to actually hit the masses, then we can't hold back data. We can't hold back information. Like, I really like the Advantage Bar. I've been watching it. I think it's a great show, but I think breaking down the information by conversion rates is just comical. Like, you go to Hearthstone Replay, right? You go to that website and you're like, wow, look at this information. If you're a Hearthstone player and you come and watch that and they're like, look at these conversion rates from day 1 to day 2, and you're just like, well, this seems like, and to me, I love this game. I think it is much better than all the other card games. But if you see that as a display, you think that like you're an alien that's coming to just a very primitive space. And so I think that I would really like the cards to kind of change from being so proactive and so snowbally and like shit. I thought Tireless Tracker and Rogue Refiner were too good, and holy shit. You think wasting your time playing a Tireless Tracker in this format, they would laugh you out of the room. You roll up with Tireless Tracker, you're laughed out of the room. It would be heinous. It would be so bad. I'm just like bouncing with my Teferi. I don't know. Wrath it, fires. I don't know. Aether Gust it. It doesn't matter. It's like Red decks would laugh at. It's like stomp your 3/2 for 3. Like, if you could set up a tracker with an aura, but that's just the point, right? That's just the point. You're talking about combining them, but I'm bringing up Tracker. Tracker actually just runs into all the interactions. It's not good enough. Uro doesn't. Uro doesn't run into the interaction. It runs into Narset, but Uro's like, I'll just ramp a little bit, and later in the game, I'll stabilize us. Yeah. And Tracker was absurd back in the day. It was so good. It would be so bad right now. It would be just terrible.